decided no, he's not
how's it going?
being on camera tonight. Okay, everybody. First thing we're going to do, everybody. Right?
We do 4 things on this show.
We're all just going to take a deep breath.
None of them are talking about politics.
Exactly.
We have spent, as everyone has, the entire day with that pressure headache and that sense of dread and that Jesus fucking Christ again shit just rattling around. We're not doing that here.
Let's find some time to set it aside. If you read the full lid, there's a really cool piece of art that we've got in it this week and a list of resources about how to connect with joy and put good things in your inbox. And it's a Banksy piece of art that talks about, like, you got to learn how to rest, right?
Resting isn't quitting.
Resting isn't quitting. And we've all got to learn how to rest. Actually, Ozzy, we're not going to do any horror tonight. We talked about this in the Twitch channel, on the Discord, and we talked about this on Blue Sky, but tonight is not the night for horror content.
Strangely enough, given that we seem to be heading into part of the Pristine Cut, which is quite gaslighty, we figured, as Marguerite says, perhaps not the best time.
Hello, Windpillows. It's nice to see you.
Hi, Windpillows. So
we are just going to take a little bit of a break tonight. So, we're in the middle of 2 games. Why not start a third?
Why not 3? Why not 3?
I mean, if people have enough shenanigans to ply us with, we could do that. Ducky did put together one, but we didn't want it to feel like totally bizarro escapist either. So we have loaded up Tavern Talk, which is a fantasy visual novel. So there will be so many accents this evening, by all means. And we're just going to play that for a little bit. And, we all know what you're really here for. You're really here for him.
Which is one of the top 2 of the 4 things that we do. But
he's asleep right now, which is good because he's been very needy today. Yeah. He's been a little manic. He also, his favorite toy
I love this,
is the paper bag that all of the toys from his foster family returned with us. He loves it is shredded. It is now 2 handles with miscellaneous pieces of paper attached. And what he loves is when you drag the toy across it, and then he runs and jumps on it, and he risky business slides across the living room.
And he only does this with Marguerite.
It's the favorite thing in the world. He absolutely loves it.
He has particular tricks he will do with each one of us when we play. With Marguerite, he does the risky business slide. With me, he does capoeira.
Okay, and this is the only way Twiglet will let Alistair pick him up. He has to do the full long boy pose. Me, I can carry him around the whole house like a baby. Mm-hmm. He loves it. I will carry him to bed at night. He's very happy with that.
If you go back to that photo,
go back to the photo, yeah. Look at his toes. Look at him posing.
He's in that's full Fosse.
He's just full on posing. That is the way that he lets Alistair pick him up. It's hilarious.
We also isolated today that we're learning how Twiglet talks. And we both successfully isolated that he has one call, because he's quite loud for a little guy. He has one call, and it is the smallest call he has, which is, I have messed up and I need help, and I don't want you to call me out on it. I'm going to act like a baby because I got stuck in a closet. Please help me. Mom, everyone was really mean to me at the rap battle. Come get me. Don't talk to me or my long son ever again. Right, yes, exactly. Very much so. Very much so. As opposed to most of the time, which is, where are you idiots? Because, which is usually happened after he's left a room he knows we're in. I know. He is most comfortable when we are both in line of sight. And when we are not both in line of sight, it kind of stresses him out because he has to decide where he's going to go in order to see the people, which is why he sleeps right there, because it is the bookcase between our desks while we are working all day long. He's not quite figured out that he's now long enough that his front paws could rest here and his back paws could rest on my desk. Yes, exactly. He is a big, long, stretchy boy. But that paper bag is dead.
It's dead. So what I've done is I have one of those big rolls of like miscellaneous craft paper, just the brown cheap paper, and there's a big piece of it in the living room right now that he's adapting to as his new slide before the old one completely dies.
We have a theory. There was a thing on TikTok, Google for Children, which Marguerite found, which is if you have indoor cats, get them a box of dried leaves. It is literally the cat evolution of the dog meme of, I brought that bitch a leaf. Bitches love leaves.
Right, exactly.
And we think because he was feral and because he was born in a hedge, there's a particular type of stuff underfoot he really likes.
Yeah, he really likes being on top of paper or like the sensation of walking on different textures. So we thought bringing inside a big box of dried leaves for him to play with would be really fun.
Great for him. And we have a vacuum
cleaner. We have a vacuum cleaner. It'll be fine. It'll just be fine. So yeah, so now Spare Water Bowl lives on the windowsill. I've got one up there for a prayer plant that's a little dehydrated right now, and I'm kind of surprised he hasn't gotten into it. Not yet. Anyway.
Well, that's because he's too busy climbing into the sink and the tissue box he doesn't fit in, but insists he can.
Yes.
Crammed into the bathroom shelf that he does not fit on, so he can bat at the lampshade and after a while go, Mom, I'm scared.
Yes, he sometimes calls for people to turn on lights for him. Yes, adaptation to being a desert animal. Varied, freshest possible water sources. Yeah, very much. The bathtub is his skid pan. He loves to do donuts in the bathtub. He keeps trying to get into, we have a separate shower with a closed door. He always wants to get into there, but then the minute we let him in and it's wet, he's like, nope, I'm out. Don't like it.
The two forbidden zones in the house.
Doesn't stop him from bringing his wet paws into the mud.
Nope.
But
the two forbidden zones in the house are the middle cupboard where he has been today and he does not like it. And the shower, where he has been several times, doesn't like it, but always wants to return.
Yes, very much so. I was going to say something else about it. Of course I was. So, this summer, before we had Twiglet, we were doing a lot of gardening in the backyard. And somehow, the previous owners of this house we've told this story before, had buried various pieces of statuary to create height at parts in the garden. One of those statues is of a cat. Now, we checked with the people we bought the house with. It is not a memorial. There is not an animal buried in the backyard. It was just a
statue of a cat loafing.
Piece of a statue of a cat. And we named him Doug.
Because of course we did.
Because we dug him up. And he sits as the guardian right next to the fountain in the backyard. Twiglet spotted Doug the other day. And he did that thing cats do, that little chirpy, hey, are you for me to play with? Can I play with you? Kind of a little bit of vocalization and lots of posture.
Doug's a statue.
Doug's a statue. Twiglet did this for 20 minutes before he got bored and realized that he wasn't going to get a response.
I went to a movie yesterday, and when I surfaced from the mysterious Wi-Fi 5G dead zone that is the middle fucking bathing stove, I got a photo from Marguerite of him with, he's trying to talk to Doug. And we realized, we have an outdoor cat and we have an indoor cat. It's just one of them stone. I
think it's because Twiglet saw a neighborhood cat named Ace through the patio door a couple of weeks ago. And Ace came right up to the patio door and the two of them were kind of facing off. It doesn't help that Ace looks like a 10-year-old version, older version of Twiglet. He's a big white male cat. So I don't know if Twiglet thought that was Ace and he was trying to get his attention, but Doug did not respond.
It should also be pointed out, Ace has been a frequent visitor to our garden ever since we moved in. He likes to use it as a toilet. And Ace is a very intense dude. He's like a big, burly white cat.
He's like a triangle of a cat when he's
just, he walks like this. And he patrols the area. And we were walking, we've started taking stupid mental health walks for our stupid mental health, which is
gonna keep happening.
Necessary.
You gotta eat your Wheaties if you're gonna fight the fascists, right?
And we were walking past the local corner shop, and we're like, oh, is that the corner shop cat? And there was this big white cat getting fusses from this lady outside it. And then we got closer and realized it was Ace.
It was Ace. Ace going just absolute cuddle puddle ham for this
like
young lady.
sitting on this lady's lap, like,
he
hi, where you
crawled on
going?
her lap.
She opened her car door and he wanted to get in.
Tried to get in her car to drive off with her. He really liked her.
And then he saw us, and instead of running away from us, he bounded over. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, how you doing?" And we're like,
"What is this?" So either he recognized that we had petted his sister Amber when we'd gone for our walk earlier that day, or
we busted him.
Or we busted him, and he was just trying to style it out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, here we go. Big stretch. So I'm not going to ask how everybody's day has been, because I'm pretty sure I know how everybody's day has been. But hopefully people's weeks have been slightly better. I've been playing Veilguard, completely insufficient quantities of time.
I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, you have a bard tiefling. And we need to find you more encounters to have so that you don't try to go into the frickin' mountain crest at level 3.
So, bards are great.
This is a new style of game for us both.
If Starfleet captains were a character class in D&D, they'd be bards, because bards are slightly good at everything and talk very, very well. And this is great. I love that kind of shit. The one downside to it is there are at least 2, maybe 3 fights I know of for a fact that would probably have got me a level or 2. That because I, horny not that way, Captain Christopher fucking Pike, decided to talk my way through, I didn't get the XP for.
So he's a little under-leveled right now. So we need to fix that before you try to go into the goblin camp and things of that nature. Yeah. I baked 2 cakes with identical ingredients under identical conditions. One came out as biscuits, and one was a sponge. Oh no. I did a bit of microbiology today. Amazing.
How many cookies?
Alistair made me pumpkin cookies. Yeah, by the way, folks, yesterday was our anniversary. I played Baldur's Gate. I played Dragon Age. He played I Love You Dude. You played Baldur's Gate. He made us cookies and brought home Indian takeout. Ta-da! Yay. What else did I do this week? Oh, God.
I went to see Smile too.
You saw Smile too. I did not watch a horror movie.
No.
That's fine.
No.
I have more things to do this week, and I have a whole lot of things to do this weekend now. But we're not worrying about that today.
I wrote 4 reviews of the Pontypool stage play.
Yes.
I went to see.
1 for the full lid and 1 each for 3 other outlets. I'm in the middle of trying to publish a website I made. Well done.
Nicely done. This is this production is a bit of a dice roll. They've been given 2 weeks at the Millennium Center, and it's great. And when we talked to the director, because Margaret's a genius.
Did we tell this story?
I'm not sure we did.
Okay, so we bought tickets to go see the stage production of Pontypool, the horror movie that's one of Alistair's all-time favorites. Oh, you're going to see Quantum Leopard this weekend.
You will have such a lovely time.
And it is a general seating venue at the Millennium Center. And whenever I go to a small performance, there's usually seats in the back that are marked as reserved. And I like to sit next to them for 2 reasons. One, they tend to be at the corners in the back.
So you have a good view of everything.
So you have a good view of everything, and Mr. Legroom and tallness here doesn't get in anybody else's way. And 2, there's usually crew who are sitting in those seats, so you can ask them questions in interval. So we did that at this venue. We got in. I'm like, okay, we'll sit back there. So we sat there. We had a great time. Got to the interval, and the person who would sit behind us came to introduce himself and was the director. And so we had a really good long chat at the interval and then afterwards about this, and we've connected with them on social media, and we're going to probably send them some interview questions, and Alistair's lining up some coverage because it's a great performance, and we'd like more people who have the opportunity to see it. So,
and basically, if they get enough word of mouth, it's very likely that they'll be brought back for another run, or he'll move it to London or tour it, which is the other few things they want to do. And no one's talking about this shit. I mean, the Guardian saw it, reviewed it, and hated it. But you know what? Yeah, the Guardian hate Joy. They just fucking hate Joy. And trans people. A lot of the time. I know. But I beat the grass a little bit because
because you have connections and you're very generous with your time. Next year, we're going to track your volunteering time, I think.
Yeah, one take one.
Well, no, it'll take a lot of time.
I don't know. How long does it take you to write all?
No.
So I beat the grass a little bit with the 6 or 7 markets I have something approaching it in with. And one of the exercises in grace I've been carrying out this week is noting who didn't pick up the phone.
Good.
And the people who did pick up the phone are pretty serious shit, actually, including one, amazingly, I got my first ever published work in 32 years ago.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. It was a letter, age 12, talking about, probably on 32, talking about why Highlander 2 was bad. I started young.
Okay.
It's probably still in the archive somewhere. I keep threatening to take it out.
That's terrifying.
I know. It's quite well argued. I remember it.
As a 12-year-old? We should dig that up for a shenanigan.
Fuck me.
Ducky, we gotta see if we can find this. Alistair's early work. Oh, you know what I gotta put on stream for stream art at some point? Your photo from the Guardian piece. You crouching like a gargoyle in a York Windsor.
Such a wanker. Yeah, there's actually 2 old archive pieces.
Of course he wasn't old enough to see Highlander 2.
Of course I wasn't. I was 5'11" and my voice is just broken.
Oh,
Not fine.
that sounds amazing.
There's actually 2 archive pieces that people have expressed interest in. Before he was Mr. B, the gentleman rhymer, popular chap hop artiste Mr. B, the gentleman rhymer, was the lead singer of a band called Collapsed Lung. If you are of a certain age in the UK, as Wendy is, and I am, and perhaps 2 other people who will watch this are, you will be familiar with the song Eat My Goal, which was used for a football tournament that year. That was Collapsed Lung's hit. They are
Singular.
They are a greatest hit band. They are, however, also really, really good. Yeah, there's actually 2. That was the other Guardian piece I did.
Well, I'm trying to find the first one. Keep talking.
And
I'm stalking you live on camera.
And one of the first bits of student journalism I did was reviewing the first single that Collapsed Lung put out after Eat My Goal. And I happened to mention this online one day, and Mr. B responded with, "Oh, I think we need to see that." So at some point, one of the 2 chap hop artists who I happen to really like, I'll have to put this in. I don't know. By the way, I'm fairly certain he lives in Reading. I used to walk past him, or someone who looked a lot like him, like
Seriously?
Yeah. When you used to get the bus out to Microsoft and I'd do my big walk and walk under the station and around, there was a dude who looked remarkably like Mr. B, to the point where 2-3 times I was like...
Now I feel bad that you didn't actually do that.
I have the Eat My Gold single, Now I Feel Old. Oh, Stitch, we're not old, we're vintage.
Yeah, almost.
Your first underrated movie was Highlander 3. There are many reasons you're my friend, and now there's another.
I have to find that original Guardian piece for you, though. We'll have to look it up. Amazing.
I just want myself to Eat My Gold, and it's a terrible song.
Well, that's what you get. I mean, that's what you get. So I'm glad that there are things that has happened in the last week or so that have been good. And we're just not going to talk about today.
Nope.
Everybody needs a chance to feel what they feel and process. I have eaten way too much chocolate today.
I know exactly how much chocolate Marguerite's eaten today, and it's really not that bad.
But I also had brie. I've had cheese and bread and chocolate and cookies.
You've had about 150 grams worth of brie, if that.
The night is young. Is all I'm saying. I might need a snack later on. But feel how you gotta feel. Get it out of your system, let it exist, and then mentat, let it flow through you until only you remain, and then pick up your shovels, we're getting to work, right? It's really, it is 19.
A crisp high five for Ducky.
Exactly. I am justified, nay required, to eat cheese. And it is almost time for the adoration. It is November. So, okay. For people who have never explained this to, they're way back in the day when cheap ass games were a brand new thing from James Ernest. One of their early card games was called Fridays, which was a zombie staffed fast food restaurant. And the way you play the game is an order is called, and if you have all the ingredients in your hand, you fill it. And if nobody does, and the order it goes all the way around and it comes back to you, you may drop one ingredient from the order and fill it and go on. There were themed menus that you could play with. There was the straight up American diner. There was like a seafood restaurant and all this stuff. And there was a Christmas themed menu released one year. And one of the menu items was the adoration of the baby cheeses, which was just a handful of cheese that you could fill. And so one of my favorite things when I first moved to the UK about holiday food here is the little tiny cheeses in wax. I'm inordinately enamored of them and their bewildering array of flavors. And so whenever we talk about Christmas food, we talk about the adoration, because it's the time of year when I'm going to sit and play video games and eat cheese. And that is what I'm going to do for the holidays.
The best advent calendar we've ever been given. A friend of ours gifted us a cheese advent calendar one year, and it weighed like 3 kilograms. It was one of those little micro wheels in every day. It's so good.
Just amazing.
Cheese. A bit more cheese.
Oop, too much cheese. Oop, bit more cheese.
Also, on the subject of cheese, YouTubeify, and Ducky, if you find the link, throw this in. Snack Hacker, KFC, Baby Bells, poutine.
Yeah, snack.
Welcome.
George Egg is wonderful. His name is the Snack Hacker, and he basically buys a Greg's pasty and doctors it up to make it better.
Edible.
I don't eat at Greg's. Thank you. But he's good fun, and he made KFC poutine with Baby Bells. It was hilarious, which is fine. We were
Damn, you're good, Zalia. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. We were talking about something that wasn't cheese.
In the end, every conversation becomes one about cheese. If cheese did not exist, it would be necessary to create it.
Alistair, can we talk?
Yes.
You're supposed to say it's about
It's about cheese.
No.
No.
Okay, there we go. There's your Dragon Age original reenactment for the evening. I've been watching Chopped, yes. All right, so...
No princesses
we
today.
will not be doing any princesses tonight. We're not doing any horror content tonight. We are going to play a brand new game called Tavern Talk, which is a fantasy-based visual novel, meaning we'll be doing the voices and there's going to be accents.
It's like Coffee Talk, but with orcs.
Yeah, they are literally bundled together with Coffee Talk on Steam. So, in fact, if you don't have anything else we need to...
Shall we?
What we'll probably do is run the ad break real quick. So I have a moment. For some reason, I cannot get this game to run windowed, even though it says it's running windowed. So I've had to do split screen monitor things. I have to imagine others, of course, other streamers.
Thank you. It's still like Coffee Talks that has orcs. Yes.
Yeah, Coffee Talk with orcs is basically what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm hoping to enjoy this evening. So why don't we take the ad break for a couple minutes so that I can do the funky split screen things that I need to do to get the game working. Get yourself a beverage if you don't already have one, perhaps a snack. Adorate the boy just a little bit. He's just not giving any camera tonight.
He's not giving any
I wonder if he's looking for you because you're not over there, or if he's just asleep.
He's just asleep.
He may just be asleep. Anyway, we will take a little ad break and get the game set up. Take yourself a stretch and get a snack and a drink, and we'll be right back. Okay? Hold on, say that again.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The theme tune to who?
Okay. Before Mitchell and Webb did Peep Show, and before they made a whole bunch of pretty rough career choices, which have just about been corrected by Ludwig, well, they did a sketch show which had as a recurrent sketch The Adventures of Sir Digby Chicken Caesar, who was a homeless consulting detective, along with his colleague, Dr. Watson. And the theme tune was the pair of them singing the theme to Dick Barton, the Special Agent, but singing it like they were drunk. So it was just and yeah, look up the Digby Chicken Caesar on YouTube.
Sir Digby Chicken Caesar.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have time to unpack all that, so I think we're just gonna move on.
This is why I'm me.
We're just going to move on. I'm looking very strangely up to the side because, unfortunately, that's the way I've had to configure Discord for this, but that's okay. Right. Nobody's seeing the game, so let me work on that before we go any further.
Okay. This is fun.
Well, yes, you work on that. Hang on a second, folks. Let me see if I can figure out why on earth there is no game. Now there is a game, and it's just incorrectly vamp. Okay, I gotta fix some stuff.
Let's talk about Ludwig, because I was very pleasantly surprised by Ludwig. I'm a very open man when it comes to art. I try and be as inclusive as I possibly can be. But there are some people whose work I just don't tend to entertain.
Who is Ludwig? Who are we talking about?
Ludwig is a new BBC sitcom/drama series starring David Mitchell of that Mitchell and Webb look, as a crossword designer who is agoraphobic and a little socially awkward, and he designs crosswords and then he leaves his house and does research and comes back. And the first episode opens with him getting a phone call from his sister-in-law, asking him to get in the taxi that's outside.
Oh, that's not good.
And
that's very not good.
And it turns out that his twin brother, who is a police detective, has disappeared and has left this very formal letter for his wife apologizing for this. And she's very angry and heartbroken because this looks like a letter you give to an employee who's leaving. And the first thing that the crossword setter does is look at it and see the secret message to her that's arranged in there. Mm-hmm. She's called him because she knows there's stuff in his office that might explain where he's gone. Mm-hmm. And also that he told her to not trust anyone at his office. Ooh. And he has an identical twin brother.
What?
So the crossword designer is the identical twin brother of the cop. So the crossword designer is sent to impersonate the cop, and of course immediately gets dragged into a case and immediately solves it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can keep talking. I put the tangent.
So I watched the first episode of it, and I wasn't expecting very much, but I was like, what the hell? I'll give it a shot. And not only is it actually really quite good fun, but the music is lovely, and there's lots of kind of classical set things which have been twisted and played with a little bit, because he finds order and relaxation in Beethoven, which is why his puzzle designer alias is Ludwig.
Well done. You want your headphones? So far, there's not anything I would write home about musically.
Honestly, it's not especially comfortable for either of us, so unless there's anything, I'm fine as is.
We have it recorded because we like our detective shows, and I have been so apprehensive. Okay.
As someone who grew up adjacent to Jonathan Creek, this is very similar to that, but instead of he's actually kind of a dick element of Jonathan Creek, this is David Mitchell doing initially his drowned rat shtick, and then it turns into something much more interesting. I had a really good time with it.
All right. What is the wanted wall?
I'm guessing it's people who've been barred from the tavern. Let's find out. Wanted, Ari, banned from the tavern for getting a tad too rowdy and starting to spread random, definitely wrong conspiracy theories against the tavern owner.
Wanted, Arcane... Arika, banned for multiple attempts of trying to smuggle her celestial chinchilla friend under her jumper. We have explained to her that we cannot verify his age to drink by the color of his teeth.
Wanted, Sabrina. Disturbing the peace, opossums and firecrackers will no longer be allowed on the premises.
Wanted, Rav the Eccentric, banned for their amazing entrances to the end, like jumping in through the window, going through the front door, and dropping in through the ceiling somehow, always announcing to everyone, "Behold, for I am here."
So he's their Lord Flashheart, that's good. Wanted, Professor Cavalier, not a real professor. Banned from bringing trouble to the tavern, which we definitely didn't need and do not want to have again.
Wanted, Fang, banned for stealing a barrel. Needed it as a dragon mug? Question mark.
Wanted, the Wizard of Paws. Banned for causing too much chaos due to the innkeeper trying out his new catnip recipe.
Wanted, Saina, banned for using our drinks for her alchemist experiments. Didn't need an indoor blizzard. Hang on, let's just see how many of these.
This looks an awful lot like Here's Our Supporting Cast.
Wow.
James the Unwieldy. I love it.
There's a great number of these.
Infernalis Vamp.
Banned for taking something every time the bartender turned away, and Andu was the one who caught him. He stole 3 stools, 1 bottle, 1 can of herbs, and broke a window on his way out. Hello, I am a player character. Banned for napping too long. No such thing.
Headless, banned for stealing every spoon. This looks adorable already. I'm very happy with this.
Eating
Phylactery.
a lich's phylactery and theft. Aww. Oh my gosh, it just goes on and on and on. There it goes. That's the last page.
Purple.
Tried to steal.
Andu, I think, is that little lizard guy who is also apparently the tavern slop bucket. In that when we screw up a drink, he'll take it.
Okay. I'm looking forward to learning more about what all of that means. All right. Let's start, shall we?
Hey.
New save.
We have a timer till the next.
We will be gender neutral in our pronouns.
Nice, like that already.
Do we have a timer until what?
The next ad break.
It'll pop up and tell me I have 5 minutes. That's enough warning.
Okay.
We shall be gender neutral.
So,
Once upon a time,
Ooh.
Are we getting voice?
Yes.
In a realm ruled by dragons.
Very river heavy. Interesting.
Very archipelago.
Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern.
What Hades vibes!
Love the
Place
art.
for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose.
I love the door handle.
Not just your typical innkeeper.
Of course you're not.
My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious.
You want to.
Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again,
Yeah, Jeanette.
what's the worst that could happen?
Did you just say what's the worst that can happen? Oh no.
Oh, sweetie, this is your first game as a protagonist, isn't it?
Right? Look at the Halloween pumpkins! I think this is us. Go ahead.
Hi, Rinky. How's it going? All fine and dandy?
Do I think I guess I can't complain. Oh, do you want to be the innkeeper or do you want to be the player character?
I'll be the
I'll be the innkeeper, you be the player
Yeah.
character. Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy?
Yeah, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really exciting.
I wonder if the game reads our calendar
I'll bet it
and
does.
knows that
I will
it's
bet
just
it
right
does.
after Halloween. Did you go on an adventure?
Even better, I took a walk around the grove and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. And I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, or maybe a gnome.
And did it?
No, but I did get to take another walk around the grove.
And how was that?
Great, I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so
That sounds very exciting.
who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut.
Nuts are healthy. They're very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. And there's lots of different types. There's walnuts, there's peanuts, there's hazelnuts.
I'm allergic.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut, just not something very fun. Anaphylactic and all that. Does that count as an adventure?
I mean, no, I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is that you're missing some spice?
Oh, no, I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much.
There doesn't seem to be any more music for the moment, though.
No, I am very good at growing Phoenix chilies.
I was talking about spice in your life.
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, well, yes, exactly. That's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup.
It's poor character. So you have a classic case of boredom. I see.
Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life?
I did until yesterday.
Hey now. Like, life isn't bad, but it's also not especially fun.
Ooh.
I quite like, have you tried adding some zest to
I
your
like
soup?
this idea. Have you tried adding some zest to your soup?
What?
Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery? Go to the theater or a gala. Arrive in a hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high?
I mean, they can. I think that's the point.
I'm afraid of heights. And of people. And actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what if singing is... What is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything?
Is this a bard trying to get their groove
I think
back?
it is in a bar trying to get their group back.
What do you mean?
Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there. I want to see something.
Look at the daffodil. Welsh druid.
Like, for example, listen to this song I started writing.
Uh-oh. Look at him. Hang on a second, Chad. Look. Look at that. That is.
The boy reclines.
The boy reclines.
He is at leisure.
He is at leisure. In fact, you guys don't want to watch us. Just watch the cat. It's
Watch
fun.
the cat. It's fine. It's what he's here for. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph, resting by the lakes.
I can say either a pretty nymph, that's pretty daring, or that sounds like a good song opening to me. I like that last one.
Yeah, me too. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it does have a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it, because all they do is sit around and wish for things to happen.
Right? But that's how every Disney movie starts. You have to have the I Wish song.
When all my life begins.
Yes.
Comedy animal sidekick. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I like them a lot.
Oh goodness. No, I don't think so.
I would love to sing about the exciting, magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks.
Character information unlocked. Do we have a book? Yes.
Fable, elf, 110, age, the pronouns they, them, ranger, Ashen Grove, neutral good, arcana, the hanged man. Fable Verafina is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove. They're a sweet and gentle soul and a regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream of being an adventurer but are troubled by sincere anxiety about, well, everything. Really, their nut allergy probably doesn't help either.
Okay, so there's a character. Rumors, quests,
Log.
recipes, ingredients, stats, infusions, and the map. Oh, this game's bigger than I thought.
Put the camera back.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Look it. It's freaking cat.
Oh, what did you do, baby?
I think he was woken up by the vibration of the camera.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get him to
It's all
cute.
right. His head's gonna.
No, that's okay. Fine. The most exciting thing in my life is coming to the cavern.
There's not a lot of songs you can write about that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a jingle.
I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs?
I think I'd prefer if you didn't.
Well, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle.
In the meantime, can I offer you a drink?
Yes, I would love a drink. Thank you.
The usual?
Yes, please.
That means a swift... Oh,
That means a swift strike, in case you forgot.
thank you for the reminder.
That's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a feather-light nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake.
You're slightly obsessed with the
A
nymph.
little bit obsessed there, bud.
Do you want to be with the nymph? Or do you want to be the nymph?
Both? But mostly I want a swift strike.
Message received.
Although... I was wondering... I've been coming to your tavern for so long, and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks.
What a wonderful way to do the tutorial.
Yep. Could you show me?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron? Should I summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar?
Just follow me. This is really sweet.
Look at our little guy.
Is the dialogue being cut off? Okay, good to know. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, yes, I see. This is the Twiglet cam. It has cut off the dialogue. Hang on a second. Sorry, folks. There we go. That should be doable. It's not going to be perfect. Apologies. There we go. Now you should be able to see it and the lad. See, it's just fine over here, but you want to be able to see the kitty. So, all right. Welcome to my drink mixing nook.
I love Andu.
I love Andu.
Andu.
I would like a sticker of it. Look at all the cool bottles and stuff.
I love how Andu keeps looking at us like, Mom, drinks? So this is what it looks like back here. Oh, hello, Andu.
Careful, I haven't fed him yet.
Where do we start?
Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look.
A swift strike.
Oh, you pinned my order. Draw recipe? What's this?
Intriguing. I am intrigued.
Swift strike. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I can browse my recipes.
Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks?
No, I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled it on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board.
What if you pick the wrong one?
I can either erase it with a sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense,
I
strength,
love it.
and charisma.
Oh, I think dexterity sounds the tastiest.
I had a feeling you might say that.
Ranger.
If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can just feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. It does look halfway between potion craft and coffee talk. I'm adoring. Yeah. It's great. Just try making a drink. You've got this. Okay, so I pick a drink. I want a swift strike, and then I need to draw the recipe.
Be a leaf on the wind with the swift strike. This must have for any dexterity-devoted adventurer. Grant you agility, speed, and remarkable accuracy. Oh, and a tasty drink. With an order this delicious, you'll exceed any dwarf's kill count in no time.
Okay, so that is 2 different properties being referenced in one thing. Nicely done. All right, so I've drawn the recipe. Now what do I do? Okay. So it has to have lots of this, it looks like.
Because the bottles are arranged in the same kind of
I'm guessing
situation.
a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Or do I just... No?
Okay.
Oh.
Oh. Do we spin the wheel of justice over here?
Or maybe I think this is the one I need the most of, right? Okay, how do I do this?
Looking on the internet.
Come on,
Looking on the internet.
go. Why is this not? Do I click on any of these or anything? No. So it's not a lot of that or that. There's a little bit of this. Oh, it's
You just-
oh, there we go. No,
Oh.
that's probably too much.
Give it to Andy.
Oh, hang on a second. I want to try. I mean, that's close, right? Come on, it's a little fussy about pouring.
Two strike. Thanks, Andy.
Okay, sweet.
That being the primordial vortex.
Very well. Oh, and it puts it in a nicer glass.
Wow, it actually does teleport. Oh my god.
Of course it does. What do you think was happening?
I thought you were just really good at sleight of hand.
I see. Well, give your creation a taste.
Oh, that's delicious. I made that?
You made that.
Well, thank you for showing me the ropes.
Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you?
Maybe. But how would I know if I never try?
Do you actually want to try?
Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but
But what?
never mind.
Darkness.
You want to do this one?
No, I'm the bargaining. How can I help you? Look at the little tentacle sticking out of the pot.
That's the day of the tentacle nod. Look at the coloring on that tentacle. That also might be the Seventh Doctor's hat.
I was gonna say that looks like a hat from from Doctor Who. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. How can I help you?
A drink.
For you? Right. What kind?
Drinkable.
That was very specific, thank you.
I'll bet it's spoken hot.
Some charisma
No,
you couldn't
but-
heard.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, a spoken heart. What does this mean? I don't know. Sweet and sparkling in taste. What?
Look at the pictograms. So the crown is the leading ingredient, and I'm not sure what the other three are.
I don't know. Sweet and sparkling in taste, the spoken heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Your newfound sincerity, confidence, and many heartfelt words will work wonders in boosting your persuasive abilities. A charismatic boost, great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. Okay, that's
I
right.
promise there are homebrew 5e rules for this game already.
Right? That sounds good. Okay, so there's maybe just a splash of this. Actually, I don't want to try. I want to try because it's this ingredient, right?
Yeah.
Come on, pour.
That seems like rather a lot of that.
Yeah. No, it is. It went all the way to the end, see?
Okay. Oh, I missed a track on that. Okay, cool. That's
But
good.
there is a splash of combat. Just a splash. Maybe a measure. Let's see. Come on, pour. Pour. The controls are a little... It's hard to tell exactly where to line it up. Okay, so there, that's about right. And then there's a measure of this. Spoken heart. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 ingredients. So 1 tick, 1 tick, and then 3 ticks. Okay, okay. I think we're getting it figured out. See, because there are measurements here on the sides, and that seems to make it roughly correspond with this shape. This little straight line here indicates to me that neither of these 2 ingredients are being used, but that there's a measure of either of the other ones. Okay, fine. Teleportation. Sorry, Andu. Maybe next time. This should be digestible. Maybe even tasty.
Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost.
Rumor on the
Nice.
Song of Bones and Water. All right. Burning type, I see. What are you thinking, Fable?
Just dreams.
Yours or someone else's?
Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can I be like that?
That's up to you.
I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are fool's errands, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do.
And is that what you want to do?
Yes. No. Not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave. I want to be strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures to make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me.
Then you should do what your heart desires.
Will it stop aching then?
I think so, yeah.
What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave?
What if it did?
Well, that would be a dream come true.
What you up to, Bubby? Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you.
Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day.
Get more exciting days. I love the little crow. Oh, wait. There was a board.
The board was clickable. Oh my god. Click the board. Hello.
Hello. I'll be right with you. Oh, it's wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully hyperbole. Nice. Do I get to dispense gossip? Oh, that'll be amazing.
You want to swap? This appears to be a female presenting werewolf lady.
All right, you be the innkeeper now.
Okay. Hello, traveler. How may I help you?
You own this establishment, innkeep?
Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure?
The name's Carolyn?
I'd go with Carolyn.
Carolyn. You can call me Care or Lynn. Couldn't care less.
Nice to meet you, Carolyn. Okay, what can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink?
You do the thing with the quests, right?
So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board.
No. No quest for me, thanks. But I may have one for you. Or your notice board.
Tell me more.
Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tavern, terrorizing. Oh no. Terrorizing. Ooh, no final G's. Terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program.
A werewolf? That's news to me.
Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south. And
I'll go with Ereve.
Ereve.
Ereve or Ereve?
Ereve. We'll go with Ereve. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up, like a nomad.
I thought the werewolf fight died along with that one romance novel. Looks to camera.
You mean the one with the vampires? I mean, you've just described every urban fantasy novel, including a dozen of them on my Kindle.
I think so, yeah.
Nah, that just splits society into two camps.
That's
Team
Twilight.
Werewolf or Team Vampire. What do you mean Twilight, man? We've been doing that since at least Vampire the Masquerade.
How many
not
of
earlier.
those Patricia Brooks books do you need?
Do be quiet. Let's move on. And which one are you, Innkeep?
Team Werewolf.
Of course we're Team Werewolf. Is it the fur or the pack?
Neither. Questionable experiences with the other camp more so.
I am itching for details.
Don't. How about you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, that's why I asked.
Keep guessing.
Has anyone ever told you that you could pass as a werewolf?
Yeah, right? Yes, at least twice a day. The only downside of looking like a wolf is getting mistaken for one.
I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself?
Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. I would feel bad slaying that guy. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Nah, that had a good coming. Never fall behind your grooming scheduler. Before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow.
Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves?
I don't know. I didn't care enough to check. Either way, that southern werewolf, yeah?
Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly?
Fetch.
Pardon me?
Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch.
That works?
On any dog, trust me.
Good to know. Thanks, Lynn.
It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn.
Let's go with Care.
Gotcha, Care. All right, Chief, you got a name or is it just Innkeep?
Just Innkeep for now.
Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, before I venture on, you got a drink for me?
Oh, of course. What would you like?
Something powerful with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck. Okay, let's check our book.
There's a vibe, right?
Would it make me for a furry if I said smash? Yes, and that's not a bad thing, and that would be fine.
It's not me. There was
There's definitely
moment there.
There is opportunity for a moment for sure. All right, let's find her a good drink. Oh, 3 doses, 3 measures of strength. Southern Brawler here. There we go. Can you read that?
The Southern Brawler is the perfect... I'll do identify spell voice for this. The Southern Brawler is the perfect combination of offense and defense, dominated by the piquant aroma of Ignis. This drink is served fiery hot or ice cold, depending on the kind of fight you are looking for.
Okay.
This has been a use of the identify spell.
Well, it's not of the identify spell, of the recipe book.
Yes, this has been a use of the recipe book.
There we go. Alrighty, so 3 dashes of strength. Come on. It's hard to know. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we've got some defense. Always needed. And then some speed, it looks like.
Southern Brawler.
Southern Brawler.
Thanks, Andy.
Good job, Andy. Oh! You can...
His little rainbow eyes. Oh my goodness.
Look! Oh! That's all I will be doing for the rest of the game now. I'm going to pet Andu. Here, Andu, do you want a Southern Brawler?
You want to make another one, then we'll go to the ad?
Yeah, that sounds good. That's okay. Okay, so.
Oh, his little face. Oh my god, that's adorable.
1, 2, 3. 3 shots of strength. 1 shot of speed. 1 shot of defense. There we go. Ta-da! Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right, and away we go. That even looks like Hades.
It does. A drink with 0 water, as requested.
Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks, Craven. Oh.
Where will you head from here?
Hops back west through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of.
What kind of business?
Personal business.
Care to elaborate?
No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will ya?
No.
My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so I might as well humor her.
And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself.
Something like that. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead.
It's certainly unconventional.
That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face.
The past wants everyone willing to listen.
Would you mind talking like a normal person? I'm not exactly up for philosophizing.
You started this conversation.
And I think I'll just end it.
Oh, okay. Well then, if you find any more rumors for me or need aid, please don't shy away from coming back.
I'm going to click on the board really quick. There's Care.
Kellen Pitterneck.
Oh, all sorts of rumors.
Nice.
Okay, wow, this is cool. I'm more of a lone wolf. I don't do groups, but sure. For more work, I'll be back.
I'll be waiting.
Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. I could use some help. Fine, I guess I've got a few minutes.
Let me
Let me see
see.
your setup.
This is where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget.
Smart. I think the best next step would be sorting the matching snippets on your quest page. Ooh. Just drag them over. And make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll just end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll get written up. Got it?
Got it. Thanks for your help, Care.
Put it on my tab.
That's not how that works. Good night to you too. All right then, let's assemble this quest.
We've got an ad
Let's throw
break.
to this ad break.
Right. So let's leave it right here and do the ad break really quick. Hang on a second. Pushing the buttons. If folks want to take a quick stretch break and all that good stuff, we will run the ad break real quick and let you look at Twiglet while we pet him. Get yourself a stretch if you haven't since you joined us, folks. We've been going for about an hour now. And when we get back, we will try assembling our first quest and see how that goes. Be right back.
And we're back.
And we're back. Oh, cool. The new Palestinian Voices is out.
Nice.
You're right. Is the lad still ladding?
Oh, he's fine.
Let's take a look.
He's full leg mode.
Yeah, he's full on. Quite comfy, it looks like. All right. Let us assemble this quest. Sorry, I got distracted. Alistair made me pumpkin spice snickerdoodles.
I did.
And we've eaten the entire batch of cooked.
There's one left. And I got some in the freezer. This is why I got some in the freezer.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
Tasty, tasty, tasty. All right.
Let's assemble this quest.
Da-da-da-da! Okay, so a werewolf, the Vukakin? I don't know what that is.
Vukakin.
Vukakin?
I'll look it up. I'll look it up. It's fine.
About a werewolf who's roaming around and a threat to villagers. Fine. The werewolf has previously been seen in. Do I have to actually open the journal? Oh look, there's three components. It's previously been seen in there, and a werewolf secret weakness is playing fetch. because those are the only three things that are related to each other. So fine, make a quest. A werewolf on detours.
A reticent Vukakin passed by the Wayfarers Inn, reporting a werewolf making their way up to Tregarin from Ereve. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep, I love the upside down, am dead sheep, by the way, and the villagers. Apparently werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Tregarin from this werewolf mayhem? Yours, Innkeep.
I love it. Adorable. He has special chow. And now I sweep. I guess that's the end of my day. This is so cute. Act 1, The Wayfarers Inn, Part 2, Prelude to Bravery, 58th of the Wake.
Please observe the inn kitty having a sleep on the table outside.
What he's a lizard.
Is that a lizard?
He's got horns, a little lizard boy. And look at the lights. And oh, look at the dragon weather vane. And the sign. Oh, this is so cute. What are they eating? Are these flowers?
I think they're flowers.
I'm going to kind of assume they're flowers. All right, how are we doing on time? We're doing fine. I think we could probably do one more day. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. I would imagine it auto saves at the start of the day because we don't seem to have a save feature. Quest taken. Oh no.
Oh no.
What do you have there, Fable?
I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregarin. Is that true?
It is.
You sent anyone after it yet?
Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday. Oh, that's
fine.
Not yet.
What kind of hero are you looking for?
One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even, preferably one who is good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest.
I am good with a bow.
Yes, Fable.
I don't know my way around any woods.
I know, Fable. And
Maybe I want the quest.
just maybe?
No, not just maybe. No. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And
Go on.
And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet.
And then?
I didn't think that far ahead.
I see.
Or rather, I did. But then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And I have to fight the werewolf or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if when I try and shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and I shoot a tree instead? And then the tree would be mad at me.
Oh my goodness.
But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf.
That took a quick turn.
So maybe I should put the quest back.
Fable.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you to take the quest?
Maybe.
I can't make this decision for you.
Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. Like a frozen slime. Like a frozen slime that can't move because it's frozen.
I've met slimes that are less anxious than you are.
You've met slimes?
My tavern is open to everyone.
Oh, right. What do slimes drink?
Water. More slime. Sometimes bones.
You sell bones.
Only to slimes. That's a good one.
That is. Maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor.
I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable?
In general?
I think answering that might take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead.
Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. Worms.
The worms?
They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel... Sorry, that was...
That's okay. Is there something making you feel like you might fail?
Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf?
We don't know what it's thirsty for. It just might want orange juice.
It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets.
Oh, so relatable.
Like the Mary Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me.
Oh.
Why does no one want to spend time with you?
Why does no one want to spend time with you?
Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass it by except for me. I get caught in it and rip my coat.
Did that happen once?
Once? I wish it had just been once. It seems that my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things.
You're too harsh on yourself, Fable.
Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming and they make for a really nice bouquet, you know? Well, hair accessories, they always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confused them with their evil twin, the weeping Amaryllis. Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing?
Weeping?
Like a baby. All day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. Never been so heartbroken.
I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable.
Was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed, though. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes.
What is this Mary Morgan incident?
Yeah, the Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, that Gaia word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind.
What happened?
An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets pretty foggy at night. And the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregarin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure, hooray! I was so excited and so very, very nervous. So, of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves.
Why were you so nervous?
New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor, armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way.
How did it go wrong?
I felt like condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. course, I don't know whether they actually fled. Well, they figured a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never got lost in the woods before. This time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing my ears. I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know of the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey, and I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the ashen grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? Now, to be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in the quag mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurous.
But you didn't.
But I didn't.
And what about the Hydra?
Well, just a day after it arrived to guard the portal to the dream plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some biscuits.
This is why I'm having you voice them.
I burned them a little bit in the oven. But I thought since it has, fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Aberranthine Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say, so I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits. It looked at me, and then it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice. All hydras love tea." And I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthine Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left. And I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again.
Oh my goodness.
Lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. And it turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea.
You sweet summer child. Oh my goodness. It just wanted tea. Did you get it some?
Yes.
Then you completed its quest.
3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died.
Wood halves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. Adventurers don't come tied up in neat, mistakeless bows. Your mistakes are part of your story, Fable, no matter how hard you try and shame yourself for them.
That one.
I like you the same, nonetheless.
You do?
Of course I do. I don't care much for Fable the Flawless Hero. I don't think their stories would be very interesting. Fable the messy adventurer with a heart of gold and an endearing personality, on the other hand. Great non-guy. Maybe even my favorite regular. Don't tell anyone else I said that.
I won't. Thank you, Inky.
And because I like you so much, I'm going to keep giving you free advice.
I hope so. What do you have for me?
You seem to be very insecure, and I think that's the biggest problem here.
But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart?
You know that isn't true.
You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow zucchini.
What do you mean you can't figure out how to... Everybody... anyway.
So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of.
You'll have to find out then.
Like, on a quest?
For example.
Don't you think I'm a little under-leveled?
Do you think that will change by sitting around? You have to go find Elvira and fight the... Sorry, that cross-streamed for a moment. Stop talking your way out of combat, so you're never gonna level enough.
Okay. I guess not. Someone has to help these people, right? And if I don't, and then no one else comes around, what if I'm the only chance they have? What if I'm not? What if there's someone better?
The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? That's a good thing, isn't it? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party.
Oh.
And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever.
I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try.
I'll screenshot that.
After all, I'm a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away really quick.
Speaking of, look at him. Look at him all stretched. That's the spirit.
Okay, I, Fable, a great gardener and future hero, charmer of nymphs, I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right?
Yeah, good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey?
Yes, please. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf will not see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy? Perhaps it's just a hungry, lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you.
Oh, interesting.
We can steer the outcome.
So you can steer the outcome so that she has to talk to it or that she sneaks past it. Given that she's not afraid to talk to people, but she just lacks the confidence, I think a charisma-based drink is a good way to go here.
Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for.
Okay.
Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. I'm very sorry for backseat mixing.
Okay, so we want something charisma-based.
That's a little guy. Oh.
All right. Okay, yeah, so I can pick something with the crown or something with the dex. Charismatic boost. Oh, what's this?
The sparkling nebula fizzes on your tongue and rewires your synapses, inspiring great ideas and even greater stories. Storytellers and scholars alike can broaden their horizons with this taste of the stars.
I don't think that sounds right for us. What's the Frosted Lagoon here?
The Frosted Lagoon protects you from any physical and spiritual harm.
Are these more? Look at all these bits and pieces I've got floating around. The colors is another good indicator. Okay. That's the other character. Where's my recipes? Let's close it here. Okay. Good. All right. So I'm thinking the spoken heart is what we want, right?
Yeah, I think so.
This is a charisma boost.
Yeah.
And that's what the crown is, right? Okay. We don't have her favorite drink, the Swift Strike, is the other one we could do. But I think a Spoken Heart is the best way to do this. All right, let's draw this the Spoken Heart. All right, so we want 3 dashes of the crown stuff, right? Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we want a little bit of speed. No. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of this, isn't it?
Yeah. Spoken Heart.
Yeah. But I want to try something. What if I give it 2 dashes of this instead?
Doesn't ping as a Spoken Heart.
All right. And it did tell me don't go off mixing at this point, so. There we go. All right, let's give her the Spoken Heart.
I believe it's them.
Them, thank you. Give them the Spoken Heart. Ta-da! This should do it.
Thank you. I feel much better, braver. The bombing. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm.
There are lots of farmers in Trigara.
And I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay, because with your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started.
You got this, Fable.
I'll try.
Have some faith in yourself.
Okay, I got this.
Much better.
Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking the quest. So? I brought you some Phoenix chilies from my garden.
Aww.
It seems like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant.
And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us?
Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks.
They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later.
Oh, of course. I'm really glad you let me. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory.
Oh, I hope Fable will be all right. I'm wondering if I have the option to... Oh, here we go. Save. Yes, please. Did I save? Yes, good. Okay, excellent. I want to pause here because I think...
Incoming ad?
No, but we're just about... I just want to keep track of our progress.
Yeah,
We've got about
we're about a quarter to
10
11.
more time to go. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Oh, God. Hello, Emo. You again?
Yeah. Me again.
And just who are you?
Someone who wants a drink.
What kind?
Drink.
Yes, I get it. Try being more specific.
That Spoken Heart one tasted fine.
Thank you. So another Spoken Heart? That's all I'm making these days, it seems like. How about something with UV? No, it says it specifically wants the heart again. Okay, fine. Starting to get this memorized. 1, 2,
1 shot of Cointreau.
Right. Lime.
1 mint julep coming up, yo.
Hi, Bobby. You okay?
Hey, Bubs.
Ta-da! A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it'll help you find more words. Or not.
Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not.
Thank you. Enjoy. Yeah, charming. I wonder if that's the end of our day. It's nighttime now. Oh, goodness.
You want to do the dwarf? I'll do the
Hang on a
vampire?
second. Hang on. I'm going to save real quick. Okay. They are adorable.
And they're covered in slimes.
And they're
Well,
covered in slimes. This is so cute. Yeah, I get to be the dwarf.
I'll do Innkeep and Vampire if you want.
Okay.
Careful, careful, you'll step on my cape.
Oh, stuff! Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Oh, not another one of those empty blabbers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty. That's what they all say. Seems they've given you some more dialogue options than most, but that don't convince me just yet. I'm sorry? I don't understand. Not. Probably forgot to give you enough intellect. Wouldn't surprise me if there was actually a brain inside that skull. Excuse me, I'm sure there is.
Have you checked?
No, but I can assure you I'm different from your average background character. Sure you are.
I must agree, you look much more delicious than they usually do.
Thank you. Though I should let you know, I am not on the menu. Oh, look at the tears.
Little guy.
Oh my goodness, is he being...
Quickly.
Look at him. He's being all belly.
Little guy.
Is he giving you a belly? Oh my goodness.
Happy little dude.
Happy little dude. All right. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. The thing on your shoulder, is that quirky too?
What thing? Oh, my cape.
Your cape. That's not his cape. That green fell on his shoulder is an ooze. Or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you, I presume? Pretty tough to clean off. How did that happen? You just did ask. Okay, how about I offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and maybe your names?
Oh, yes, I love stories.
Well then, what's your name?
No, but I shall tell it to you. I am Sir Alphonse Louis Frederic Duquette Toussaint.
Frederic. It's long for Kyle.
Kyle?
Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you?
Blood. Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color.
Something red. Got it.
Kyle.
Kyle.
I love Kyle.
I'm gonna save real quick because we're just about to have the ad break and I don't want us to get interrupted. Something red, huh? It's another freaking spoken heart, isn't it? That's in a green vessel. In a red vessel, but this is the red drink. All I'm making are spoken hearts. This is getting old. Let's do a spoken heart. Is he being a total, oh, look at him.
Although the tail's getting whippy.
Is he?
Look at it.
Oh, no.
The mayhem cyclone is beginning to spin up.
We should change the name of this inn to the Spoken Heart. That's all I'm making.
Or Heart Bucks.
Stop it. Good ending. Oh. There you go. How's this for a replacement?
A replacement for what? My cape? That's not very cape-shaped. Doesn't taste like a cape either. I should order a cloak one next time.
Oh, wow. It considered that an error. I made a mistake.
Interesting.
I wonder if I should just... Ooh, well, then let's load.
Then let's load again. Let's find out.
But let's do the ad break real quick.
Okay.
Okay. We'll load the game out during the ad break and we'll try making Kyle a different Drake. All right?
It's long for Kyle.
Let's take this last stretch and we'll be right back. doing? Are you being a French girl? Are you defying the laws of
actually
physics?
upside down.
Child, what are you doing? Hang on, the game's audio is muted. But look at that. You can barely see it, folks, but look at him. Oops, hang on. He's being... Are you posing for the camera?
His people are now with him. They go very well. Very well.
Look at him. He's just a baby. Oh. Scratch him under the chin because I can't reach.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. I think he's realizing it's nearly bedtime.
Mama, I want to go to bed now.
Yeah, he's ready for bedtime. That's what that is. That's the cuteness of, Mama, pick me up and carry me to bed, please. You got about 10-15 minutes left, Bobby. You'll be just fine. All right. So we reloaded, and I'll try making a drink with red in it. So I think, does that mean just I fill it up with whatever the red ingredient is? Here you go.
I mean, that's...
It's not a drink, though. Let's see. Oh, yeah, but see? The order says with a fight 3.
Sword by 3.
So a Southern Brawler, then. All right. So let's pour some of this out. Come here, Andu. All right. What's the rest that's in it? Why don't you draw that off on the board? So a little bit of defense and a little bit of whatever this one is. I can't remember.
Southern Roller.
Alrighty.
Let's see whether Not Starian wants this.
Are we calling him Not Starian?
Better than Kyle.
It's better than Kyle. I agree. All right, Kyle. Some almost blood for you, sir.
Oh, thank you very kindly. This looks delicious. It also tastes delicious, very alive. Maybe as a chaser, you could let me have a bite?
No.
Okay.
And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frost Grip. Nice to meet. Yeah. Skip. Just serve me something strong, something that feels durable, tough, like a mountain or the caves of ore. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up.
I'm fascinated that Rhea knows she's in a game.
Right? Frosted Lagoon. All right. Protects you from physical and spiritual harm and cools you down on even the hottest of summer days. It even offers additional UV protection. What more could you ask for? Child, stop showing hole on camera. Thank you.
That's what the only pause is for. We've been over this.
Only pause. Thank you. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then it's got, it looks like some of this and some of this. Frosted Lagoon. There we go. When we first got our cats, Penguin would go to bed with my dad at exactly 9:30. No matter where she was, she would immediately go downstairs and stare at Dad till he got up so they could go to bed together. Oh yes, we definitely... Oh, she tucked his nose. Sweetie. No, right around this time, around 11 o'clock, he's like, him.
Mother.
I see. I'll tell you why when we do the shenanigan. Let's finish this drink and then we'll skip. We'll this encounter and then we'll wrap up. Order up. A Frosted Lagoon. Ooh, that's pretty. A taste of ore, just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see ye are many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you've earned it. Alright, picture me, deep in the mountains of Dolver, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, you know? Oh, you bumped the, There you go. Hit a gold vein earlier. Deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. And then suddenly this big ooze comes along and slurp, it was gone.
This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now.
It's nearly sunrise.
And?
The sun killed ya?
Oh, right.
Oh my god, these two. Did this ooze also eat the cape?
Yes. Yes, it did.
No.
Oh,
Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze looked me gold, I had to do something. So I took my shovel, and I dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So did you dig out your gold?
silly fool. Silly food. She dug out me.
And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold?
Oh, yes. A big gold nugget should be enough to get me to Baruvia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape.
I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal.
Ah, we did? Please, allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again?
I get you to Baruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold.
But what about my cape?
Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. But cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosity, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape?
Where everyone puts their cape.
Do you know where I put my capes?
Where?
In the wardrobe.
Oh. So you could wear it inside the wardrobe land?
What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you?
We could? Phenomenal.
I could put out a quest for you, but for that we need just a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape.
Oh, I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course, I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. Oh, it's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important the fancy cape is for flaunting one's vampire status.
Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to?
My wedding.
Your wedding?
When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me.
Evelyn? You mean the vampiric Countess Evelyn? The one in Marrow Castle?
That would be her, yes.
Congratulations. Are you still married?
Of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted...
Spit it out, Leech.
Oh,
What?
my cape.
Ah, rats. Here we go again.
My sweet Evelyn stole my cape.
What now?
That little, mean, vicious, beautiful beast, her, that thief of thieves, robbed me of my most precious possession.
Shouldn't that be your heart?
No, I had that taken out centuries ago, but my cape, I could never live without that.
Kyle, you are so much.
Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had.
That's rough, buddy.
Perhaps innkeeper, that's your name, right?
Sure.
Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight should I ever set foot in her villa again.
Yeah, I think we could find such an adventurer. Let's set up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle?
Oh, deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn, Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco Champion, 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life.
Oh my god.
But be wary, she bites.
And she made me invisible now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time.
I hope so. That reminds me.
Not another monologue. Inky, quick, another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. Let's save this here.
Yeah, you want to go to shenanigans from this?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's time for shenanigans. Oh my goodness.
I love him.
Oh my goodness.
Kyle is awful. He's the best. He's just the best.
Just saved. Let's go to shenanigans.
I also love that Andu is on the official merchandise for the tavern. As
Is he?
Yes, if you look at the game, Andu's on the wooden box.
Aww. All right, hang on a second. I gotta get all my things in, but my eyes are like, I've changed screens again. Kyle,
you're a mess.
Kyle, you are a mess. And I thought, what's their name? Fable. Fable. I thought Fable was a mess. Oh, Kyle, you are such a mess. Okay, yes, everybody.
Kyle is pathetic. I love him.
Here we go. Look at the baby.
Look at the baby.
He's at the baby. He's doing his nightly bathing.
Well, this actually is.
He's worse than Laszlo. Oh, well, maybe.
What this actually is knee bends for mayhem. He's like, I'm getting nice and warmed up. I'm going to clean and I'm going to fuck some shit up.
Yes, exactly. Because Twiglet gets a snack right before bed every night because he's a kitten and he's still growing. And it was a good way to train him. Now was the time to go to bed. So now he attacks me. The second I go upstairs, he's like, treat. I want my treat. It's like, Bubby, I get my shower first and then you get your treat.
If you have never heard a cat try and breathe, eat, and purr simultaneously.
That's what he does.
He's so happy and he's so hungry, and at the same time he can't breathe and he's okay with it, and he just cycles through that over and over again.
He's just got a lot of feelings, you know? Okay, let me find our shenanigans for the evening.
Shenanigans.
There we go.
La shenanigans.
And there are no content warnings for the shenanigans. Okay, this is from... Oh, this looks amazing. We'll take turns, shall we? Move to a darker place. This is a story of man versus machine.
Last March, my father attempted to file his taxes. My beloved father is a boomer. Unlike most boomers, my father is rather handy with technology because he was one of the people that had a not insignificant hand in developing a hell of a lot of it. He was studying computer science at Cal Poly before the computer science degree existed.
Oh my God.
I have many fond childhood memories of skipping through the aisles of various electronic and computer part warehouses while Dad described something that either terrified the staff or made them worship him as a god. He taught himself how to use his smartphone internationally.
So when he saw the option to file digitally with the IRS through the ID.me program, he leapt at the chance to celebrate the federal government finally entering the digital age.
It was all going. So you go.
It was all going swimmingly for about 6 hours until he was ready to file, and the system told him that it needed to verify his identity.
Very well, said my father, a man unafraid of talking to himself and getting something out of the conversation. It wouldn't do for me to get someone else's return, now would it? The system told him that it needed him to take a digital image ID, aka a selfie.
Aha! Dad beams. Dad is very good at taking selfies. He immediately pulled out his phone, snapped one, and tried to upload it. Please log into your ID.me account and use the provided app to submit your digital image ID, the system clarified. Oh, you should have said so, Dad pouted, but used his phone to log on to the ID.me account and do the six security verification steps and double check that the filing looked the same as it did on the desktop, gave the IRS like 9 permissions on his phone, and held up his camera to take his federal privacy invasion selfie.
Please align your face to the indicated grid, said the system, pulling up a futuristic green wall of polygon approximation. Oh, ooh, very Star Trek. Gene Roddenberry would hate this, Dad said cheerfully, aligning his face to the grid. Now, my father is a bit cavalier when it comes to matters of personal information in federal government because he's been on the FBI watch list since the late 60s when he was protesting the Vietnam War and Ronald Reagan before he'd broken containment. Alas.
Anyway, there is very little information the federal government does not have on him already, but he's as good at stalking the FBI as they are at stalking him and had worked out a solution. He has something approaching a friendship with the local federal agent, some guy named Larry, allegedly. And Larry got hooked on alternative histories in Dad's collection of carefully researched, there is very likely buried treasure here stories. And Larry is loath to bother his favorite historical fanfiction author too much, but I digress. After thinking for a moment, the system came back with an error message. Please remove glasses or other facial obstructions. And here is where the real trouble began.
You see, my dad wears glasses that do substantially warp the appearance of his face because he is so nearsighted that he is legally blind without them. His natural focal point is about 4 inches in front of his nose, while Dad can still take a selfie because he approximately knows where his phone is if it's in his hand. He cannot see the actual alignment grid.
He should ask someone to take it for him, I hear the audience say. Yes, that would be the sane and reasonable thing to do. But Dad was attempting to do taxes at his residence in Fort Collins, while his immediate family was respectively in Denver, Texas, and Canada. He tried calling our neighbors, who turned out to be in Uganda. He looked down at the dog, Arwen, and her little criminal paws that can open doorknobs, but not operate cell phones. She looked back at him and farted.
Well, I'll give it a try, but if it gives me too much trouble, I'll call Larry, and Larry can call the IRS about it, Dad told her.
Go ahead.
She continued to watch him. Arwen is an Australian Kelpie, a type of cattle herding dog, going on 14 years old, deaf as a post, suffering from canine dementia now, but she still retains her natural instincts to micromanage. She was also trained as a therapy dog, and even if she can't hear my dad, she still recognizes the body language of a man setting himself up for catastrophe.
So, squinting in the late afternoon light next to the back door, Dad attempted to line his face up with a grid he could only sort of see and took a federal selfie. The system thought about it for a few moments. Image capture failed. Insufficient contrast, the system replied. Please move to a darker place. Huh, Dad frowned. All right.
He moved to the middle of his office, away from the back door, lit only by the house lighting and indirect sunlight, and tried again.
Image capture failed. Please move to a darker place.
What? Dad asked the universe in general.
Woof! Arwen warned him against sunk costs. Dad ignored her and went into the bathroom, the natural habitat of the selfie. Surely only being lit by a light fixture that hadn't been changed since Dad was attempting to warn everyone about Reagan would be suitably insufficient lighting for the system. It took some negotiating because that bathroom is standing room only, not standing and holding your arms out in front of you room. He ended up taking the selfie in the shower stall.
As the system mulled over the latest attempt, Arwen shuffled over and kicked open the door to watch.
Image capture failed. Please move to a darker place.
Do you mean spiritually? Dad demanded.
Wolf! Arwen cautioned him again.
Determined to succeed, or at least to get a different error message that may give him more information, Dad entered the downstairs guest room. It is the darkest room in the house, as it is in the basement, and only has one legally mandated fire escape window, which has blinds. Dad drew those blinds, turned off the lights, and tried again.
Image capture failed. Please move to a darker place.
Do you want me to photograph myself inside of a cave? Dad howled.
Wolf! Arwen reprimanded him from under the pull-out bed in the room. It's where she attempts to hurt everyone when it's thundering outside, so the space is called her safety cave. Dad frowned at the large, blurry shape that was the safety cave.
Why not? He asked. The prelude to many a terrible plan. With no small amount of spiteful and manic glee, Dad got down onto the floor and army crawled under the bed with Arwen to try one last time. Now, in near total darkness, he rolled on his side to be able to stretch his arms out, Arwen slobber panting in his ear, and waited for the vague green blob of the facial grids to appear.
This time, when he tapped the button, the flash activated.
God damn it! Dad shouted, dropping the phone and rubbing his eyes and cursing to alleviate the pain of accidentally flashbanging himself. Arwen shuffled away from him under the bed, huffing sarcastically as she went.
Image capture failed. Please move to a darker place.
Motherfuck! Hang on. Dad squinted. The system sounded strange, distant, slightly muffled. Dad squinted really hard and saw the movement of Arwen crawling out from under the bed along the phone's last known trajectory.
Arwen! Dad shouted, awkwardly reverse army crawling out from under the bed, using it to get to his feet and searching for his glasses, which had fallen out of his pocket under the bed, so that by the time he was sighted again, Arwen had ample time to remove the offending device.
He found her out in the middle of the backyard, the satisfied look of a job well done on her face. She did not have the phone.
Arwen, Dad glared. It's a very good glare. Dad was a teacher for many years and used to keep his class in order with sheer telepathically induced embarrassment. And his father once glared a peach tree into fecundity.
Arwen regarded him with the casual interest a hurricane might regard a sailboat tumbling out of its wake. She is a force of nature unto herself and not about to be reprimanded by a half-blind house ape. She also has cataracts and might not be able to make out the flag.
I give up, Dad shouted, throwing his hands in the air and returning to the office to write to the IRS that their selfie software sucks ass. Pleased that she had gotten her desired results, Arwen followed him in. To Dad's immense surprise, the computer cheerfully informed him that his federally secure selfie had been accepted and that they had received and were now processing his return. What the fuck? Dad glared. Oh well, if I screwed it up, Larry can call me.
I bring this up because recently Dad received a very interesting piece of mail. It was a letter written from the IRS addressed to him, a nerve-wracking thing to receive at the best of times. Instead of a complaint about Dad's selfie skills, it was a letter congratulating him on using the new ID Me system. It thanked him for his help and expressed hopes he would use it again next year, and included the selfie that the system had finally decided to accept.
You know, my dad used to complain about automation, Dad sighed, staring at the image. Incidentals, my boy. My secretary saves the state of California millions of dollars a year, catching small errors before they become massive ones, he'd say. Talk to Human Resources Board about her pay every year. I used to think he was overestimating how bad machines were and underestimating human error, but you know what? He was right. He handed me the image.
My father was technically in the image. A significant amount of the bottom right corner is taken up by the top of his forehead and silver hair. Most of the image, part with the facial recognition markers on it, was composed of Arwen's alarmed and disgusted doggy face.
Oh no, I cackled. Crap, does this mean you have to call the IRS and tell them you're not a dog?
Probably, Dad sighed. I know who I'm going to bother first, though, he said, taking out his phone. Dad did find his phone a few hours after Arwen absconded with it, when Mom called and the early spinach started ringing.
Hey, Larry, Dad announced to the local federal agent. You're never going to believe this. My dog filed my taxes.
Larry considered this for a moment. Is this the dog that stole my sandwich out of my locked car? He asked suspiciously.
The very same, Dad grinned.
Clever girl, federal agent Larry replied. I figured it was only a matter of time before she got into tax fraud.
Oh, that's brilliant. Arwen the crime dog. Okay, the tags on this are lovely. Family lore, dogs, Arwen the crime dog, taxes, Ronald Reagan mention, derogatory, long pose under the cat. This one's funny this time. I could really use some extra tip money this month. Very nice. Very, very good.
Perfect.
It's only a matter of time until it got into tax fraud. So realistic.
I love the thing about a therapy dog who was trained to recognize the body posture of a man about to engage in catastrophe.
Brilliant. All right, folks, I know we ran a little late this time, but hopefully the extra shenanigans help.
Kyle needed to talk about his cape. Kyle has a lot of cape feeling.
Kyle, I just expect him to come back and go, because of the cape, you know? Exactly. All right, where are we going to be the rest of this week?
You can next find us on Friday when the full lid will go live with a look at Observable Radio's first season, the incredible stage production of Pontypool that we went to see last week. Some great videos from Every Frame of Painting and the Nathan Apollo song, which I didn't know I really liked until I heard it.
But then on Sunday, we are continuing with Caravan Sandwich, which is a very Provence punk, relaxing French indie exploring
We have no
game.
resources, and the company has shut everything down. I have tapenade. You have bread. Come, let us have wine.
Yes, exactly. It's very, very French, and it's relaxing.
And it's lovely.
Fun, and
Really
there's lots of exploration and a cute little robot. So that'll be on Sunday. And then we'll be back here next week where we're in the middle of 3 different games now and we'll play one of them. We're just not sure which.
Honestly, probably this.
Really? Yeah, I think so too. It's very fun and very relaxing.
And it's not that long, and it's DLC. So once it's
There's
done,
DLC coming for it, isn't there? Yeah. That sounds good. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Don't get bogged down. Do what you need to do today to take care of yourself and to relax, and then get a good night's sleep, I hope. And then, we pick it up and we fight again tomorrow. So
you got this, folks.
have a good one. We'll see you later.
I've been Alistair.
I've been Marguerite.
He's been Twiglet.
He's been Twiglet, and I got to find the button.
We'll see you next.
Have a good one. Good night, folks.